Hi everyone, this is Isa Teese. I'm happy to be here with you today. I was going to speak about something completely different, which I'm now going to start tomorrow, which I'll tell you about. It's very exciting. It's a 3-part series. But today, what I would like to speak about is what to do when fear comes up. Because I have been, as you know, I'm a life coach, and I've been working with people, and not only the people that I've been coaching, but other people that I've been speaking to have been telling me that yesterday in particular, but for some period of time, what's going on is that there's these feelings emerging. And the feelings, when you look deeply at them, really are about fear. So one person that I spoke to said that she was just like there. She noticed that there's a fear about her personal things that were going on in her life, things about other parts of her life, things about her body, things about money, things about everything that you can imagine. Well, I actually had an experience yesterday myself. And my experience yesterday was all of a sudden I had, boom, this big awareness of this whole scarcity thing. I realized that the core of my being, so to speak, was really going through an experience about scarcity, about lack. And for me, it is primarily about time. For me, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many things to do. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to get this done. And now that things have really been moving very rapidly, and I'm doing these Facebook Lives every day, which are being received so well, and podcasts that they're being turned into, and all of the things that are awesome, I have a lot of things on my plate. And because of that, I suddenly don't feel like there are quite enough hours in the day. Well, that is an underlying fear. So you may think, well, I'm overwhelmed. That's fear. Well, golly, I'm scared about money. That's fear. Oh, golly gee, I'm concerned that my child won't get good grades. That's a fear. I'm really concerned because my body, or I'm a little bit worried, or been thinking about what happens if I eat this food. That's fear. Bottom line is fear is everywhere. And for many people, it's up at a very high level. Now, if you are in touch with that, yippee, I really acknowledge you, because awareness is always the first step. So when you know that you are feeling frightened, if you know that you've got this core concern or worry or activation going on, then that is the time when you want to be very conscious about what's going on in your body. Are you feeling a sense of tension in your chest? Does your throat get tight? Are you tightening up in your belly? Do your shoulders fall, or do you scrunch up like this? Or do you just get agitated and kind of pissy? How is it that you deal with that fear? Because fear is a really massive part of our lives, and it's so frequently subconscious. I speak to people and I ask them, how are you doing with this? Oh, I'm fine. But I can see that they're really frightened, they're really worried, they're really concerned, because fear has lots of different levels to it. But the bottom line is that they're not at peace. They're not at peace. So what I want to ask you to do today is to look at and think about where you find yourself tense. Any tenseness is fear. Any agitation is fear. Are you starting to get the pictures? Like everything's fear. So what the heck are we going to do about that? Well, part of it is that things will amplify the fear. One is that when we are in experience of being in a body, we have things that amplify it, like the energies on the planet. Now, I know I speak about this a lot because I am an energetic thinker. As you many know, I'm a visionary. I see things from this big place. Well, one of the things that is occurring is that in a couple of days, we're going to have a new moon. So every new moon and every full moon, the energies are particularly enhanced. They exacerbate whatever's going on. And remembering that we all really are looking for joy and for peace in our lives, what are we going to do? We're going to bring up everything that's in the way of that. So when you have this fear come up, be excited. Be absolutely in a place where you are delighted with what you're recognizing in yourself, because that means that when you recognize it, you are letting it go. It's the first step in letting it go. Letting go is mandatory if you want to know how to have more money, if you want to have more joy. If you want to have better relationships and increase communication. Do you know how many people don't tell the truth because they're afraid? Do you know how many people stay in relationships they don't want to be in because they're afraid? They're afraid of the unknown. Fear it's just a massive thing. In fact, I think I'll do a series on that. But for today, I'd like to invite you to just kind of take a look at your life and see, where am I a little bit tense? Where am I a little bit stressed? And then look underneath that and get even more aware of where it is that fear is really core. Where is it that's really, really happening? So here's a few things that you can do. You've got the awareness. Go in a little deeper and see what that looks like. Write it down. Don't judge it. You're not alone. Everybody's here. And so therefore, what's important to do is just write it down. It's like, oh, boop, and then it can be released. It's like a bird caught in a cage. It just wants the lid taken off. So when you're just acknowledging it by writing it down, then that really is supportive. Now, I know some of you that'll say, I don't want to give any energy to anything that I don't really want in my life. Well, I get that. But let me tell you that if you do not look directly at what's in here, it doesn't make it go away. What it does is it suppresses it even further. So I'm not saying put energy on it. In fact, what I'm saying is open it up and don't be resistive to it. Just allow it to be. Literally allow it to be. Write it down and say to yourself, there's fear there. Without that resistance, you will not be putting energy on it. You will not be exemplifying it. What you do is you give it a freedom so it dissolves away into nothingness. And that's a very, very powerful thing to do when you are desirous of feeling that sense of joy and the sense of being in the zone is back on. So you become on fire in your life. Because if you are holding back because you're tense, because you are subconsciously fear, which is where most fear is, then you are depriving yourself of what it is that you really want in life. So think about what it is you really want in your life, and then look at what it is through any of these fear things, just a few that I've sampled out to you. Which one of those are really happening in your life? Write it down. Say, I let you go, and then move on. You'll be amazed at what will occur when you do that. So tomorrow, I am going to start a series on money. Yes, money. How to have more money. In fact, I'm considering doing 3-part series on lots of different subjects. So tomorrow is going to be part 1 of how to have more money. So please share this with everyone. Tell them to come tomorrow. And if you are finding these subjects valuable, or there's subjects that you would like to hear me speak about, please write it in the comment section. I really appreciate you doing that, and I'll be delighted to address those things. In addition to that, if you're finding these valuable in your life, not only share them and tell your friends and family, but also private message me if you'd like to know how we can do personal work together, or come to a retreat, or something that would be really suitable for you in your life right here, right now, or perhaps in the future. Until tomorrow, feel a hug and stay in the focus of the love.